What's up guys, it's your boy Enzo, and for today's episode, I'll be talking about the probable reasons why you're still stuck in a low rank. Mobile Legends is a very competitive game and is ever evolving, and sometimes it gets really hard for us to keep up since, let's face it, none of us are perfect. As much as we want to excel and reach Mythic, we are all just prone to making mistakes. But in this guide, I won't just be talking about the common mistakes that low-rank players do, but also give you some tips to step up your game. So without further ado, let's go! Okay guys, to start things off, one common mistake is not being aware of the current game's meta. As I said earlier, the game is ever evolving, so you really have to step up your game by staying updated with all the nerfs and buffs to give you an advantage. One of the most popular meta right now due to its success is following the funnel strategy, or the 1-3-1. In this meta, you basically help your team's carry to farm fast to dominate the game by using the wooden mask item, or much rather known as the roaming mask. And your team's tank and mage and marksman will stay in the middle, while your team's offlaners will have to defend the top and bottom lanes alone. To further expound on this strategy, we made a whole video about it. Be sure to check that out, and I'll be putting the link in the description below. Another common mistake is not drafting the right heroes. There are a lot of heroes in Mobile Legends' current roster, but sadly some of them can only push you to a certain extent and don't live up to the game's current meta. I know this might sound discouraging to some point, but we all need to elevate our game by using characters that fit the current requirements in order for us to increase our chances of winning. And that's why our next common mistake is not adjusting roles. In this kind of game, it really helps to be versatile when it comes to playing roles. I know some roles might not be exciting, like when you play a marksman or an assassin, but sometimes you just really have to learn how to be a team player. And once you take this to heart, you'll reach lengths you never thought you'd be in. So for the next common mistake that's holding you back is the lack of understanding of proper laning. Try to help your teammates when they are in dire need of assistance, but at the same time, you still need to be aware of the map to really anticipate your enemy's next move to learn whether you should be aggressive or be more defensive. Always remember that teamwork and communication is key, and you cannot carry your team alone. Another thing that can be a problem is that you chat too much. This could leave you distracted, which opens you up as easy prey to the enemy. Try to use signals if you can, and avoid chatting unnecessary things to your team or your enemies. Always remember to keep it clean so we'll have a toxic-free environment. So for the next common mistake is that you probably focus more on getting kills than actually getting the objectives. It's a known fact that killing enemy heroes could give you a lot of gold and experience. But even though killing has a lot of advantages, it could also be your downfall and makes your team prone to be backdoored. Sometimes you must focus on the things that can increase your chances of winning, like destroying towers and pushing lanes, instead of doing risky plays. So next, you might not be adjusting your items well. I know we all have different playing styles, and sometimes it becomes habitual to most players, making their build predictable and easy to counter. This game changes as it progresses, so you must learn how to adapt your builds to keep yourself in the game and assuring a win. Now, for our last common mistake is losing your cool. Sometimes online games could get really toxic and you get insulted. This makes players tilt, and before you know it, they just leave the game, which makes it a lot more difficult to win. Try not to insult or be insulted by what the toxic teammate said about you. Remember, it's just a game, bro. Don't take it seriously. Be the bigger man. So that pretty much ends this episode. And if you still do have problems, it wouldn't hurt to ask your friends or make friends to help you reach those mythic goals. And if you have something to add, please do leave them in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and don't forget to visit yugatech.com/gaming for more news, tips, and tricks. It's your boy Enzo, and stay safe.